What's going on, guys? Ice Rice here. I just want to touch on something that's kind of close to home. I was just watching on Joe Rogan's podcast. I was watching the interview, well, some of the interview, just a portion of his interview with Kamaru Usman after he won the belt, the welterweight belt from Tyron Woodley. And it touched home, man. It was a beautiful moment where a woman that I thought was Tyron Woodley's mother, and I guess it's not Tyron Woodley's mother, but it's a famous actress that her name has escaped me at the moment, but she embraced Tyron Woodley, gave him some beautiful knowledge how to get through this and how to not doubt himself and how to just truly be a champion even without the belt. And then when Kamaru Usman came through, she embraced him as well. And some people might see that as like a two-facedness, as a, I don't know. I don't want to say two-facedness because, I mean, maybe some people see it like that, but I just saw it as a beautiful moment between, three different people, and it struck a chord with me. It really hit home. It was, she told him that, this is his time now, congratulations, and Tyrone was there too. He was being a champ, man. I mean, he took it on the chin, and he's watching this as it's going down, and she's just telling Kamaru how everybody's coming after you now, man. It's your time. It's your time, and just kind of really almost mothering him, but at the same time giving him knowledge and how to deal with all of this publicity, all of this attention, all of this negativity, positivity, everything that's about to come his way, and just kind of like prepping him for it moments after he just won the belt. And it was fucking beautiful, and it kind of it made me tear up a little bit. It kind of bothers me through jealousy, like my mom was an amazing woman, but she suffered from a disease, and that, I guess, a choice as well. It happened to be alcoholism and drug addiction, and it sucks. Like I don't have a mom anymore. Like my mom passed away 4 years ago now. My grandmother passed away like 20 years ago now. My grandmother raised me. So it was, my grandmother was my mom, and then she passed away, and then my mom will always be my mom, obviously, but we didn't really connect until it was almost like over. And it sucks. And I'm not happy about this, but I mean, that's sometimes that's how it happens. And I was there 2 days before my mom passed, and I can remember where I was when I got the call, and I knew it was coming. And my sister was, she came down from Pennsylvania to Florida to see my mom and kind of be there for her. And unfortunately, I wasn't in a position where I could do that. I borrowed $100 and borrowed my buddy's car drove out to see my mom, spent several hours with her, had some really amazing talks with her, just kind of connected on a level that we never connected on, obviously, because we both knew that, the end was kind of drawing. And because of me being through everything I have been through and being rejected and being hurt and, even by my mom, I couldn't accept, like, that's how it was going to end. So I kissed my mom goodbye, gave her one of the biggest hugs that I could ever offer. She hugged me back, and I looked her dead in the eyes, and I told her straight out, like, we've been through, like, absolutely everything that a family could ever go through, a child and a mother could ever go through. But I love you to death, and I'm so sorry if I ever wasn't good enough, or if I ever did something wrong that made things harder, or made you choose alcohol or, drugs over me. But I don't know, we had a moment. And I hugged her again, hugged my sister, told her I love her, and then, I said goodbye. And I knew that was going to be the last time that I would ever see my mom. And it was unfortunate, because I feel like there was so much more that I wanted to say and so much more that I wanted to do. And, like, she'll never meet my kids. She'll never meet Juliana. She'll never meet Raylan. She'll never be able to be part of their lives because of a disease, because of a choice. And I say choice because I know what alcoholism is. I know what drug addiction is. I've seen it firsthand, obviously. And in my eyes, there is a choice at a point. If you really want help, if you really want to change, you can. And I know it's so fucking hard. It's not as easy as it sounds. Can't just walk away from a bottle. It's something that constantly pulls at you every day, and it sucks, man. But I remember getting the call and rejecting my sister's phone calls like 3 times, just because I didn't want to admit that it was all done. It was all over. There wasn't anything else I could do. And finally I answered, and I was sitting on the main street of Dade City, right next to Beef O'Brady's. And I answered the phone, and my sister said, "Hey, Mom's gone." And I just felt numb. I was angry. I was pissed off. I was sad. But at the same time, I was just numb. Like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to lean on anybody. I didn't want to burden people with my situation. So I just ignored it. I suppressed it and pushed it as far down as I could. I walked back in. I finished my lunch. I bought a beer because I needed it. I called my boss and I said, "Hey man, like, I'm not going to be at work today." I explained the reason why. He completely understood. And then I went in and did the exact thing that took my mother away from me. I drank. I drank myself to the point where my body was numb, and it caught up to my brain where it was numb. And it didn't help. It didn't do anything. It just, like I said, it made me numb. I didn't tell anybody that day what had happened. I didn't look for sympathy. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to kind of be around like my friends. I remember calling up my buddy Will and asking him to come hang out with me for a little while just because I needed somebody to hang out with. And he came out, like he always did. He always had my back, one of my best friends. I think I might have called one of my best friends Holly. I'm not even sure, but I suppressed it and I pushed it down and down and down and down. And I've never dealt with it. And watching something like that, where, this woman went out of her way to speak to two different people, regardless of winning or losing, just trying to be there for them. It's an amazing thing to watch, and it also sucks for me because I know that I'll never be able to have that again. I'll never be able to have my mom congratulate me for doing anything, or hug my children, or meet my fiance, do anything like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point just because I needed to get that stuff off my chest a little bit, but I'm not sure if anybody actually even watches these, but I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot of ups. I've been through a lot of downs. I'm the first person ever graduate high school and go to college in my family. My immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sister. And, I don't know. Don't take things for granted, especially parents. Especially moms. Don't take moms for granted. Dads are amazing. Obviously being a father, but moms are on a different level. Not that they should get extra praise or anything like that, but just the fact that, you'd never have a bond like the bond that you have with a mother. You grew it in their, I'll just say belly, because I don't want to get into the actual growth process. But, you grow in their belly for 9 months. You feed off of them. My mom used to say I took everything away from her. I took her youth, I took her beauty, blah, blah, blah. Which is weird because I was a boy and she had my sister 5 years before that. So if anyone took anything, it was probably my sister. So we could blame her. Shout out to my sister, Brandy. But just be happy for what you guys have. Don't take anything for granted. Live every day as if it's, not gonna happen again. I don't want to say live every day like it's your last, because, I have the hiccups, because it's just ridiculous. But live every day to the ultimate best that you can do that day. With that said, I'm gonna go. Wish you guys nothing but the best, and thanks for watching. Love you guys.